Hi guys, it's Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a tag video which I haven't done in a while, and oh my god, the hugest fly is in my room. It is enormous and disgusting. Why are there always insects in my room whenever I try to film a video? Today I'll be doing the books I'll probably never read tag, and this was hard for me to decide on because there's so many books I never want to touch with a 10-foot pole. But this tag does in fact include questions, so I had to narrow it down a little bit just so that I have one for each question. One answer for each question. Words are hard. It is so enormous. Is it even a fly? It might be a wasp actually, but it's making noises like a fly. What is it? Yesterday this really gross looking thing came in, and this looks kind of similar. Actually, let me check. Oh, I think it's the same one. Yeah, let me show you. Ew, ew. Sorry for the interruption. I was able to successfully make it leave my room, but for that to happen twice in 2 days, like the same thing coming in, there must be a nest somewhere or something. Ugh. Back to business again. Okay, so this tag was created by Marisa over at Little Spider 9. I will link her channel down below. I wasn't tagged by anyone in particular, I just wanted to do this tag. So let's get into it. The first question is a really hyped book you're not interested in reading, and for this I have to go with A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I actually once considered, just for like a little fraction of a second, to buy it and read it because I knew I was gonna hate it, so that I could do a rant video or something, or like just to know what it was like, if it was any better than Throne of Glass, which I despise. You guys know this. It's the worst book I ever read, and yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that to myself. I don't want to take that money, that time, and waste it on a book I know I'm gonna hate, because not worth it. But seriously, never gonna read that, ever, probably. Number 2, a series you won't start or won't be finishing, and for this I have a few, but one I really don't feel like finishing is The Knife of Never Letting Go, or like the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. I read the first one, it was okay. I feel like if I'd read it maybe 10 years ago I would have been a lot better, because it's just not my kind of thing. It was a little juvenile, it was a little and yeah, it's just not for me, so I don't think I want to continue that. Number 3 is a classic that you're just not interested in, and this took me a little bit longer to figure out, but I think it is Anne of Green Gables by someone. Is it Ellen Montgomery? Somehow I saw a lot of people on BookTube talk about this book series recently, or at least the first one, and they seem to really be enjoying it, but it just like doesn't sound like something for me. I think it's a children's book too, and maybe, you know, it's enjoyable if you read it as a child or like a young adult, and then you come back to it as an adult and it has sort of this nostalgic factor to it, but I just I don't see myself ever picking it up. Question number 4 is any genres you never read, and there is a few. I never read young adult. I've said this before. Not young adult, I'm dumb. New adult. I've never read new adult. I just don't find it appealing at all. I feel like it's like YA with the sex, and if I want the sex, I would much rather read like adult, right? Like, if you know what I mean. Like, not that I read adult books for the sex, but like, it's really hard to explain. But like, I just don't see the point in a new adult book, right? I just don't see the point. Another genre I never read is YA, romance, contemporaries, or in general, YA, contemporaries. I had my phases with those, and for the most part, I didn't enjoy the books I read that fell into this genre. They were just all the same. They're literally sometimes carbon copies of each other, and I just don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't get anything out of them. I don't think that they have much value. So nah, thank you. And number 5, a book on your shelves you'll probably never actually read. And for this I'm going with The Night Watch by Sergei Lukyanenko. I have started this. I bought it last summer, I think, and I have started it. and I'm about 80 pages in. I haven't officially DNF'd it yet because I still like wanted to maybe read a bit more because it's a trilogy, and I was like, if I like it, I can buy the whole trilogy. The covers look gorgeous. I really like them. It's a Russian author, which is something different for once and stuff like that. So I did really like want to enjoy it. It's just kind of strangely written, which is sometimes the case when you get into authors of a different native language, that maybe a text that works in, for example, Russian doesn't work as well in English, or a text that is written for sort of a Russian audience won't work for an, you know, a different audience. So that sort of thing can sometimes be a problem, and I think that that's definitely something that this book suffers from or with. I don't know. I don't know. I do wanna eventually give this another go, but I'm putting it on this list because at this point it's pretty likely that I'll just eventually DNF this and give up on it and move on to something that I enjoy a lot more. So that is it, you guys, for this really quick fire little tag of the books I'll probably never read. Leave a comment down below telling me one book you personally don't ever want to read. It doesn't have to be in reply to any of these questions, but just in general, what is one book you really don't want to read? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm gonna be back very soon with another one, so like this one and subscribe if you want to see more in the near future. And I will see you then. Have a lovely week. Bye!